All right, guys, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm discussing the number one reason that people do not pursue their purpose. All right. If you're someone who's not where you want to be, whether it's in your health, in your finances, in your career, whatever it is, right? If there's something that you want to do, or even better, if you haven't even figured out what your purpose is, you want to pay close attention to what I'm sharing today, because there's one and only one thing that keeps people from pursuing their purpose. And I'm about to break it down. Let's go. So guys, for those that don't know me, my name is Jose Gonzalez, aka Mr. Wealth Mindset, and I make these videos to help people break the limiting beliefs that are keeping them broke. Okay, if you didn't come from wealth, but you want to make sure that wealth comes from you, you want to pay attention to what I share in this content. Make sure you like and subscribe. Don't do it right now. Wait till the end of the video. See if I bring some value. See if you actually like what I'm sharing, right? People will tell you at the top of the video, like and subscribe. You don't even know if it's worth liking and subscribing to. So hang on to the end, hear what I have to say, and then make that decision for yourself. Today, I'm talking about the number one reason, the one and only reason, in my opinion, that people struggle to find and or pursue their purpose. Okay. Now, the story that I'm going to share today is actually an excerpt from my upcoming book, Stay Broke: Breaking the Limiting Beliefs That Keep You Shackled and Prevent You from Creating Generational Wealth. Okay, or something like that. I can't remember right now, but that's the name of the book, Stay Broke. It'll be out first quarter 2023. Pre-sales coming out soon. So if the link will be down below if the pre-sales available. If not, come back, check here. And you definitely want to get a copy of that, because I'm speaking truth. Guys, I'm going to get straight to it. The number one reason that people struggle to either find and or pursue their purpose is this. Okay. It's their environment. Specifically, there's one, two, a couple of people, but sometimes it usually boils down to one person who you are closely associated to. And this association is keeping you from pursuing your purpose or even finding your purpose. And I'm going to share with you, as I said, a story from my book that's coming up that illustrates this point right now. For me, there's been many great women in history, present day, past tense, right? We can wax poetic about the amazing women that have graced the face of this earth, right? But one of my favorite to talk about, one of the people that I find the most inspirational, right? Like, if I could go back in history and be one person, this is the person that I would be. All right. And that person is Harriet Tubman. Okay. Now, most of us know the story about Harriet Tubman. She was born a slave, escaped slavery, came back, many times to help other people escape slavery. So she was a leader in slavery, a leader, an abolitionist, and a leader post-slavery. But when I think about Harriet Tubman, that is not what comes to mind. Okay, that is not what comes to mind. And in my opinion, that's not the story of her life. So I need you to pay attention to what I'm about to share, because, some historian buffs may know this, right? But most people, you won't read this in your history books, right? You won't read this. If you go and Google Harriet Tubman now, this is not the first thing that's going to come up. You're going to get the resume of her that I just broke down. Born in this year, as a slave, escaped, came back. You're going to get the resume. Okay. But the resume doesn't often tell you who the person is or what they had to overcome. So Harriet Tubman was not her birth name. That was actually her married name, right? So she wound up marrying this man named John Tubman, who was technically a freed Negro. Okay. So once she married John, now it's what a lot of people call a come up, right? She was no longer in the field. She was no longer subjected to certain iniquities of being a slave, the way that we think about it. She had a little bit more comfortable life, right, than a lot of her friends and family members, right? However, she wanted to escape, right? Because they were still technically, slaves. She wanted to escape, and she wanted to help free other people, right? We all know that's how her story ends. But guess what? When she went to John with this idea, her husband, right? She came to John with this idea like, listen, we can get out of here. And with your knowledge and resources, we can help other people also get out of here. Well, guess what? John wasn't with it. Okay. Mr. John Tubman was like, nope, sorry, honey, we are not doing that. And if you do it, I'm going to turn you in. Right? John, John was scared. All right. John lacked the cojones that the Harriet Tubman had, because he knew if he got caught, you know, it was going to be bad, right? He would be tortured, he would be killed, and he would lose what he had, right? He would lose his comfort, he would lose his lifestyle, right? He wasn't on the field getting whipped, picking cotton every day. So in his mind, hey, it's not that bad. Yeah, it might be bad for them, but it's not that bad for us. Why are you tripping? We're good. A lot of people are in this position. A lot of people are in the position where, you know what, life is bad, but it's not as bad as other people, right? Like we're struggling financially, but hey, if you see those charity infomercials on public channel at night of people in other countries with ribs, you know, their ribs coming out because they're so impoverished, you think, hey, I'm okay. I'm not that bad. I'm not suffering like they're suffering. Why trip, right? So what's the moral of the story? What did Harriet do? You see, Harriet was driven to follow her purpose. Harriet was driven to not just get away from this lifestyle, but also help other people who were not married to a freed, educated Negro, who were not comfortable like she was, get out of their situation. And this is what happens to many, many people. Okay. Now her story could have ended there. Her story could have been born a slave, married John Tubman. That's it. Nobody would have known her. Okay. She could have been like, you know what, honey, you're right. You married me. You love me. You know, you're taking care of me. You're right. We got it good. But that was not her purpose. All right. She was convicted to do something that was not just about her, but was going to change other people's lives. And I want you to think for a second. I want you to really, really think for a second. You know, we often play this game of, if you could be anybody in history, who would you be, right? We romanticize, oh, I would be this person. I would be that person. I want you to ask yourself, really? Would you be that person? Would you be that person that would have risked being tortured, killed, hanged, and everything else that comes with being a captured runaway slave? Would you be that person that would risk 3 hot meals in a bed, a comfortable life, right? Knowing what would happen to you if you get caught. And then if you got away, would you be that person that came back to what you ran away from to help other people do the same? Really think about that, right? We like to romanticize who you would be if you can go back in time and be anybody, but could you be that person? Could you be the person that says, okay, John, love you, peace. This is what I'm going to do. In a time when it was illegal to be Black. You see, I believe that the number one reason why people don't pursue their purpose is because they align themselves with someone or someone's whose life, whose values contradict your life and your values. See, when God gave me my wife, man, did he bless me. All right. He literally blessed me. I joke all the time about how God made her for me. But she and I, Do we agree on everything? No, no one's going to agree on everything. But I know that in terms of our values, our purpose, we're aligned. Okay. Sometimes people get into relationships, and listen, that person may not be your spouse or significant other. That person might be a parent. That person might be your bestie, right? The one that you pop bottles with, the one that you have 20 years of Facebook memories with, right? The one that was there for you when Billy broke up with you, or when Amy dumped you and cheated on you with the star quarterback, and that was the person that was there to comfort you, right? And had your back, the person that went and slashed tires with you. It might be that person. It's gonna be someone extremely, extremely close to you, whose values, purpose, and mission in life happens to be contrary to your values, to your mission, and your purpose. And you are not willing to give up that relationship in order to pursue what you know that you want to do. When I used to coach women on getting healthy, right? I used to coach women, and sometimes, I would have a consultation with them, and I would, I would break down the program. Oftentimes they would say to me, man, this sounds amazing. Yeah, I really, really want to do this. But first I need to talk it over with my husband. I would say to them, it's okay to say no. Oh, no. I'm interested. You don't understand. I really want to do this. I just have to. Nope. Sorry. Miss me with the BS. Okay. I can tell you this. I don't know everything. All right. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. All right. But I can tell you this. In all of my life, in all of my experience, I've never met a woman who, when she decided that she was going to do something, had to consult with anybody. Now, I do know women who come home with a bunch of bags and say, honey, look what I bought. Okay. But I never met an individual. This is not a man or woman thing. I'm talking about both sexes here. I've never met a person that when they were convicted to do something that they really wanted, that they consulted with anybody. When you decide that you want to do something and you know that the person close to you is going to talk to you against it, you don't even tell them. You just go and do it. You save yourself, but you don't even want to hear it. Okay? You don't even want to hear it. So again, what's the moral of the story? If you don't know what your purpose is, or you know, but you haven't pursued it, there's only one reason. Okay? You want approval, or you want support from someone who does not have the same purpose and goal as you. And guess what? You're never going to get it. That person is never going to be who you are, right? Ever. Now, hopefully, maybe they come around, but it's either you slow down to their pace, they speed up to yours, or you go in different directions, right? Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's just the way it is. So guys, I hope you found value in this video. If so, now would be a great time to go ahead and like. If you dislike the video, now would be a great time to dislike the video. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Please subscribe. I had a posting schedule before. Right now, it's a little bit arbitrary. It's a busy, busy time. It's fourth quarter in our business. So my wife and I are extremely busy in our business, but I make the time to make these videos in the hopes that it will impact one person to change their mind, change their mindset, and as a result of that, change their life. And my goal is that by helping that one person, that I start a ripple effect, right? Where now they start changing their family, they start changing their community, and they start changing the world around them. Rumi said, yesterday I was clever, and so I wanted to change the world. But today I am wise, and so I'm changing myself. And there it is. If you want to change the world, start by changing yourself. So the next time, guys, I'll see you. Be beautiful. Peace.